KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
Hey there, and good Thursday morning. I am Brandy Smith, in for Lisa.
And I'm Russ Lewis. Glad you're here. It's Thursday. It's February 8th. Our time's 5 o'clock. We're covering breaking news this morning. Also, what's next for the Rockets, who right now are on a roll?
Yeah, but first, Cheetah, we want to check in with you. We're going to need the heavy coat this morning.
That heavy coat is necessary. We're not talking rain. We are talking clouds. But temperatures are in the 30s and the 40s. So a quick look, widespread. Temperatures are actually going to warm up at least to the low 60s this afternoon. So your day part planner, it is a chilly start. Grab those big coats. Cloudy even this afternoon. Only just a little peek of that sunshine here and there. We'll talk about your weekend warm up. At least temperatures will be building. Coming up next, Darby.
All right, thank you, Cheetah. Well, it's still pretty quiet on the roadway, so if you're getting ready to leave the house, good time to do it. We look up north, so if you travel I-45, say coming in from Conroe, Woodland, Spring, it looks pretty good. No delays on the Hardy Toll Road. East Tex Freeway 69 or US 59 coming in from, say, Humble, the Kingwood area, maybe up as far as New Caney. It's pretty quiet as well. Taking a look at our Houston TransStar shot, you can see the East Tex Freeway here at FM 1960. So the headlights, that's coming in from, say, the Kingwood area, making your way in towards Humble. And you can see there's a little volume out there, but for the most part, nice and quiet, just the way we like it, right? 26 minutes from the Grand Parkway all the way into downtown. As I said, no delays on the Hardy Toll Road and I-45. And from the Woodlands, you can see from 1488 to downtown, it's just a 32-minute ride.
Thanks, Darby. It is 1 minute after 5 now. We have some breaking news this morning. A Texas officer is shot and killed while on duty. This is a tough one. Just hours ago, the gunman did surrender, though, after a standoff. This happened in Richardson, which is north of Dallas. We have Michelle Choi in our newsroom for us this morning. She's breaking down how all of this got started.
Well, guys, Richardson police say that officer was responding to some kind of disturbance at an apartment complex when the gunman just started shooting, hitting him, and he died at the hospital. Police say the shooter then barricaded himself inside an apartment, and that's when the SWAT team got called out. Now, that guy fired off several more shots before finally surrendering to police hours later. After the standoff ended, police went inside, and that's when they found another body in the apartment. We're not sure who that person is right now. Investigators are now trying to figure out what exactly led up to this tragic shooting.
You know, we get dispatched out here on a disturbance call. Not exactly clear what the disturbance is. When the officers get out here, they start taking some gunfire, and unfortunately one of our officers was struck.
Right now, we don't know a lot about the gunman. We do know that he was rushed away in an ambulance, his condition unknown. As for the fallen officer, there's already been outpour of prayers and support for him, including from Governor Abbott, who tweeted this message out, in part saying, "The hearts and soul of Texas mourn with you. Your loss is a loss to all law enforcement and everyone in our great state," a sentiment we all agree with. Guys, back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. It is time for your morning rush. Stabbed during his sermon, a Corpus Christi pastor is in the hospital, critically hurt after that attack. Police say they arrested the man who burst into the service being held at a home and who stabbed 4 people, including the pastor and a band member. There is no evidence of an attack. That is the final say from the FBI in the case of a Border Patrol agent who died back in November. Initially, investigators thought he'd been involved in a scuffle, altercation, or attack. A second agent who also suffered head injuries says he doesn't remember what happened. And it's something, at least. A fund set up by USA Gymnastics will pay for counseling and mental health services for Larry Nassar's victims. The former doctor is accused of sexually abusing more than 260 women and girls while serving as a physician for the organization. And the deadly flu season, that is not letting up. New numbers show 10 people died after being diagnosed with the flu in Houston and surrounding counties this winter. The 2 youngest victims were just in their 40s. Houston, we are one step closer to getting more federal money to help rebuild after Harvey. The latest Senate budget deal includes $90 billion in disaster relief. Some of that is earmarked for Texas. And that's your morning rush.
Thank you, Brandy. It's 4 minutes after 5. I want to give you a live look at D.C. on this Thursday morning, where Congress now has just hours to agree on a way to pay the bills, or we could be looking at another government shutdown. This would impact, of course, federal employees from coast to coast. While the Senate seems set on a plan to move forward, 2 separate groups in the U.S. House are saying not so fast. Reporter Hannah Doba now is here to break it all down.
The Senate is expected to vote on and pass a budget compromise today, hammered out by leadership from both sides of the aisle.
No one would suggest It is perfect.
It has required concessions, sometimes painful, by both sides.
The crux of the deal raises federal budget caps for 2 years, almost equally on defense and domestic spending. Two groups in the House, though, may prove to be a roadblock. Some Democrats say without a commitment from Speaker Paul Ryan to put the DACA immigration issue to a vote, they won't support the bill.
What are you afraid of? Give us a vote. Let the House work its will.
And conservative Republicans worry the increased spending is fiscally irresponsible.
Those who vote for this bill are betraying our country's future.
The Senate deal also funds the government itself for just 6 more weeks. That's another stopgap measure, though, since if after that time lawmakers can't agree on a long-term deal, the government could face another shutdown. Hannah Doba, CBS News.
All right, it is 5:05 right now. A chilly morning, right?
Right.
For us, not compared to, I guess, what we saw earlier this month. But are we going to be like shedding the layers today or adding on?
Yeah, no, you're definitely you want to put layers on this morning, and then you'll want to take them off later this afternoon. How about that? Okay, you're going to want that big coat. I mean, we're almost down to the freezing point in Huntsville. We're down to 33, 34 in College Station, 36 in Conroe, 36 in Cleveland this morning. In town and south of town, temperatures in the 40s. So widespread, everyone in the 30s and the 40s. We're also dealing with a northeast wind. So you combine that with the actual air temperature. Temperatures feeling a couple degrees even colder than what they're showing. So it is a chilly start to the day. Now your Thursday, February 8th, bus stop forecast. Throughout the day, clouds remain in place. So even though temperatures will be climbing to the low 60s this afternoon, that's why we're saying, okay, dress in layers. You may want to take that big coat off later this afternoon. The thing is, it's still going to be feeling pretty cool where you will have the north wind, and we're also going to have clouds. I mean, just little breaks in the clouds today with some of that sunshine. So it won't really warm us up a whole lot. Let me show you how, even though we stay dry today, I've popped in about a 20, max 30% chance for an isolated shower tomorrow. Your future track, I'm taking this into 7 o'clock Friday morning. Notice we're mostly dry, just with the chance of maybe a stray shower or two. Fast forward to your lunchtime hour and then into your evening hours, just about the same. An isolated shower around. That's because the atmosphere is fairly saturated. That will also continue for your Saturday morning until Saturday midday and afternoon. That is when I am expecting the chance for some heavy downpours. So the threat for even a few thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and evening remains in the forecast, and that's a pretty healthy rain chance to be expected. But then almost every single day, clouds stay in place with a slight rain chance, and it remains relatively cool.